Military families express outrage after Pentagon lowers number of U.S. troop deaths in Iran war. That's the headline from the New York Times, written by Tim Arango, Georgia G., and Pooja Silhotra, and it's sparking a firestorm of criticism from veterans, military families, and lawmakers alike. The New York Times reports that the change in the number to 14 from 18 this week has prompted scrutiny over the Defense Department's accounting and reporting practices. Earlier this week, the Pentagon's own website listed 18 service members killed as a result of the war in Iran. Then, without a formal announcement, that number was quietly lowered to 14. The change came because 4 service members, killed recently in Jordan and Iraq, died after a ceasefire had been declared by President Trump in April, according to military officials who spoke to the Times on condition of anonymity to describe sensitive internal discussions. Military officials, speaking anonymously, explained that the 4 deaths occurred after the ceasefire, and therefore should not be counted as war casualties. But for the families of those service members, the distinction feels like an erasure. President Trump himself, on Wednesday, witnessed the return of those 4 young Army soldiers at a dignified transfer ceremony. In remarks that day, he compared the toll to other American wars, saying that even 1 death is too many, but it's 18. The very next day, the acting Pentagon press secretary, Joel Valdez, attributed the discrepancy to what he called temporary data disruptions on the website, suggesting the issue would be quickly fixed. As of Saturday morning, however, the Pentagon's website was still listing only 14 service members killed. The reaction has been swift and furious. Tanya Stamos, a Navy combat veteran and the founder of Operation Argeus, a non-profit named for her father, Richard James Stamos, that provides free telehealth counseling and support to veterans, did not mince words. She called the move truly disgusting and disheartening, adding, "As a Navy combat veteran myself, I find it a slap in the face that it is so easy to disregard my brothers and sisters in arms who raised their hand and gave an oath to protect and serve, foreign and domestic, all for the government who is choosing to wipe their names from history." Dominic Assiotti, whose brother is currently deployed to the Middle East, told the Times the change was either gross incompetence or a deliberate attempt to mislead or mischaracterize reality. He said it reminded him of how Russia hides the number of its dead from its war on Ukraine. As families we need, to the best of the government's ability, some transparency, Assiotti said, noting that he opposes the war. "We want to know what's happening with our family, and we want to know what happened to our family if something happened." The criticism has now reached the halls of Congress. On Thursday, a group of Democratic senators sent a letter to Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth requesting a comprehensive accounting of American casualties in the conflict. The Pentagon has not yet responded publicly to that request. For now, the official count remains at 14, even as the families of those 4 soldiers, and many others, insist the true human cost of this war is being erased from the public record. That's the story as it stands. Thanks for listening.